You're fat. Oh, you're ugly. You're so lazy and unworthy. And oh my god, your hair looks terrible to me. There's people who hear these comments day by day. But do you have any idea about how they feel? No, right? Let me ask. How would you feel if I go with you and say those things to you? Don't answer me, just think about it. You probably forget it, or be mad or sad. But some of us would overthink it, and that can change our whole perspective of the world, how we see things and ourselves forever. Hi, my name is Iván, and today I'll be talking about the power of words, and how one simple word or phrase can change a whole person's life. There's a king called King Solomon, who was monarch of ancient Israel. He is described as being the penultimate ruler of a combined Israel and Judah. He is also known as the wisest man who ever lived. I want you to remember this because it's going to be very important in a bit. Now, I know the story of King Solomon may seem a little bit too far from now. So I'll tell you a story of someone more contemporary. My mom. When she was at high school, around 15 years old, she was not fat, she was actually pretty good looking. But someone called her fat, and you have no idea about how that made her feel. She started to have a bad relation with food and began to see herself fat in the mirror, even when in fact it was not like that. Nowadays, she improved her relation with food, but developed body dysmorphia only because someone called her fat. Do you know the percentage of women that end up with anorexia or any other eating disorder? At least in Mexico, there's over 22,000 cases of eating disorders yearly, mainly in people from 13 to 18 years old, which affect more women than men in a ratio of 9 to 1. I know 22,000 may seem a really small number, considering that Mexico has 160 million people. But the numbers keep growing and growing. And with the advent of social media, it's expected for these numbers to blow up in a couple of years. Now, I know my mother's story may still seem a bit far from now because it happened like 30 years ago. So I'll tell the story of someone even closer to your context. Myself. You see me and obviously notice that I have some extra pounds. But this has been like this for a long while, since elementary school. Those years were probably the worst years of my life, because the people in my other school made me feel so bad to the point of begging to my mom to change me to an online school because they wanted no one to see me. They made me feel so bad, and they made fun of my body, my hair, my face, even my attitude. So when the quarantine started, I got so used to online classes and so influenced by socials. So when we came back, I was so embarrassed of how my body looked that didn't even matter if we were at 40 degrees. I was not going to take my hoodie off. 6 years of my life being exposed to insanely amounts of bullying that I literally couldn't see anything good for my body. And even worse, right in this school I used to have a friend which always criticized me for everything I did. If I taught or not, or if I did something or not. She will trust issues on me, which are not the main reason why, believe it or not, it's really hard for me to make friends or to talk with people, even if they are already my friends. Because I'm always overthinking what the other person thinks about me. If you still don't understand, I'm going to make it simpler for you. There's an experiment that proves the power of words using rice with something that is not even alive. Basically, you put 2 containers with rice for a month. You will say nice and cute things to one, but treat the other one like garbage. After the month is gone by, one of the containers will have the rice all rotten and black, while the other one is significantly better. See? If this is what happened with a non-living thing, imagine what would happen with a human. To end this, remember what I told you about King Solomon? Well, he has tons and tons of famous quotes. But there's one that caught my attention specifically for this topic. And I want you to think, analyze, and remember it. Words kill. Words give life. They're either poison or fruit. But you choose.